Earth Angels, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, I'm Alasia. Today is quite a chill day for me. I didn't have to commit to my 9 to 5. I chose to share space with you. Like I said, I'm trying to be as consistent as I can on this channel, and I have been posting on my second channel. If you guys don't know, I have a second channel and it is Asia's Visual Diary. There, you guys can check it out. I post really short, well, sometimes short, forms of vulnerability, and I do less editing there. Today, I wanted to share with you how I stay energetically attractive and how to be energetically attractive. If this is something that you are thinking about or you've had thoughts about and you're like, how do I get to the space where everything comes to me and I no longer have to chase it, whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whether it's goals, whatever it is. This is how I stay energetically attractive and allow myself to be open to receiving whatever it is that I want. I have my book right here as usual. You know me. I just have some notes where I wanted to go through some stuff, and I also wanted to give credit to, she inspired me to do this video. So okay, so a little backstory of who I am. I was never always like this. I was never in terms of being confident and allowing myself to be, I was never fully aware of my energy, aware of my power. I was always denying it to an extent, just allowing others to write my story and never really listen to my heart, listen to my mind. But whenever a negative thought would pop up, I would somehow listen to that more or have more interest and just go down that spiral of feeling like, hey, maybe I'm this, maybe I'm that. But really, I was never this aligned. But now I am so much more confident in being who I know I am. I am much more aware of both light and darkness. I am much more aware of my power, and I take up space. I allow myself to take up space. I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm exactly where I need to be. And I know, cliche, but it is so important to give light and give energy to where you are, and give yourself some grace, because man, I'm pretty sure if you're like me, you've been through some stuff. You probably never had the guidance to get to where you're at right now, to be researching stuff like this. So give yourself grace, give yourself some credit, and give yourself time, give yourself love, because you might not have always been around the kind of energy that you needed to grow, to nurture you, to comfort you. So now you're giving it all to yourself because you can. So that's all that matters. Okay, so a little bit into like steps on how I feel like you could be energetically attractive is to definitely know thyself. So this is knowing who you are. Like when you show up in a space, in a room, how do you introduce yourself? Like who are you? Do you allow others to dictate who you are, or do you say, hey, this is me, I am loud, I speak my truth, this is my opinions, I state my opinions without it being asked, do you give opinions when it's asked? Like, you know, you step up in a room and you're like, okay, I'm that girl. So it's like, you know, who are you? Know yourself, know who you are, and show up as her, show up as him. And that's the first step, in my opinion, to be energetically attractive. So with alignment to knowing who you are, I think it is extremely important to not fear growth at all, because if you fear change, it's quite ridiculous, isn't it? Because I mean, think about it. If you fear change, that means you feel extremely comfortable with where you are. And if where you are is that you don't know yourself, you keep pleasing people, your social battery is always empty, like, I'm pretty sure you're not comfortable there. I know I wasn't. I still struggle with that. I do understand the relationship with keeping that neutrality to reality, to your reality, but you can always be in the state of mind of fearing change. It is inevitable, it is constant, it is necessary. I would encourage you not to fear change. It is so important with becoming energetically attractive. Another thing that I feel like really speaks to not wanting or fearing change is, you know, just to be. I completely empathize with everyone who finds it so hard to be themselves, because the world literally screams at you that you need to be this, you need to be that, and you feel like you're in this tug and war of being. In actuality, just who you are is enough. So I would urge you to claim the season that you're in. However, with knowing where you are, it is still important to know where you want to be or where you're going on your journey, you know. Like I mentioned, neutrality to your reality is important, but you know that it's necessary to change in alignment with that. Do claim the season that you're in for a time being, but don't claim it too much to the degree where this is where you're comfortable. Try to be as adaptable as possible. This next one, it is so hard to really acknowledge, because I know that this step really took me some time. As a matter of fact, I think I'm still learning to unpack this step within my life, within every single season, and it's that processing projections. Yeah, so with this, it means there's a lot that you are okay with, like you are comfortable with, and it's okay, it's all right. Like, it's you, you're claiming this, it's you. However, there are people who are in your environment, people you share space with, perhaps people who you've always known all your life. They have trauma, they have insecurities that they project onto you. It's like you don't have this issue, however, this person is facing this issue and they choose to mirror it onto you, and you're like, do I is this a problem for me? Like, do I genuinely have this issue within myself? Like, you know, it's a lot to come to thought with, because it's not yours, it's mirrored. In these cases, I've learned that it's so important to romanticize, affirm myself, and to show up more from me, because if I don't, who will? Like, quite frankly, I had to really listen to my heart and listen to what my body needed, what my nervous system needed, what I needed to regulate, what did I need to do in order to be better and get better and learn that, hey, this is not mine. It's like this insecurity, this trauma, all of this is not mine. It's being projected, it's being mirrored, and I'm gonna bounce it back. Like I'm gonna send it back to sender. And if in the midst you could highlight this to the person, like you shared a bond like that with that person, you could highlight it, if you feel comfortable, but it is not yours to take on. Remember that. It's a lot to process, and I trust that you will. Inshallah, I trust that this is something you can do for yourself. So this one is to unpack what men think. Yeah, I identify as a woman. I was born a woman. This is who I am. I'm her. In order for me to become more, or to be energetically attractive, I had to really unpack what men think about me, all my internalized ideas of what I should be in order to be that girl or that woman or someone's wife or mother. And oh my god, it was so much to really take in and to take off. I realized that what I wanted for me was more important. There's this idea where I need to be dressed a certain way, and if I don't, I won't find a right man, or I won't become a mother because no one would want me to mother their child. Learning that I need to have less of a backbone, which is basically to not have that much of a talk back or confidence to speak up for myself. When it comes to being a woman, I should be more reserved. I'm naturally very feminine. However, there's been so many situations and conversations I've had with men or with masculine energy, and I just wanted to channel that within me and be more outgoing and just be that, give myself some voice, some volume. But I always feared that, oh, if I do this, I will be asserting myself too much and I wouldn't be attractive. I wouldn't be deemed as attractive. I'll be seen as masculine, and that's not what I personally want. I want to be me. I want to be feminine. I want to be woman. But I had to get rid of that entire ideology that, hey, talking up for myself or giving myself some voice doesn't mean that I'm not feminine. It doesn't mean that I'm not what a man would want. Like, it has nothing to do with it. At least it shouldn't have anything to do with the man that I know would love me. You know what I mean? Just unlearn a lot of things about that internalized misogyny. It is so deep rooted, and you'll be surprised what comes up for you. Literally show up as your best self, show up as best as you can, and give yourself grace, because or for parents or parents or or immediate parents where are still dealing with stuff, like they they have a lot of trauma, a lot of things to unpack, which they probably think they don't. And it's a cycle. Let it end with you. I still have hiccups along the way, along my journey with this one, and it's to speak yourself, love yourself. For all my BTS girlies, boys, yeah, love on you. All that love that you so effortlessly, so mindlessly, so carelessly give to others, give that shit to you. Give yourself that love. You deserve good things too, don't you? Just speak kind words. It is so hard to truly just give yourself that because it's so foreign I know for me was something as simple as getting up to brush your teeth. I know society tells us that it's an everyday thing, but I've been through depressive episodes where brushing my teeth is one of the hardest things. Taking a shower is one of the hardest things. I give myself grace now, and back then I didn't. I needed Asia now to tell Asia then that, hey, you're gonna get through it, you know, you're gonna get past it. Allow this season to be, like I said, claim that season that you're in and allow it to pass, allow change to occur. And I did, but Asia then did not know that. Sometimes I visualize me now hugging me then, and if that concept, that prompt is something that will be good for you, you could practice it. I really did that a lot along my journey with learning a lot more, with learning stuff. I had to really look back at myself and be like, hey, I didn't know that then. Like, I would say unkind things to myself, be like, oh, I wasn't smart. Like, how was I so stupid? Da 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 da. But really, I did not have what I had then. No. Acknowledge that, hey, I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. I really encourage you to be kind to yourself, be kind to those around you, checking on your strong friends, checking on your friend that knows everything, your friend who, that therapist friend. Checking on her, checking on him. Practice self-love, write affirmations down, whether you believe it or not. I still struggle with that, but here I am with some manifestation cards. Let's just see what comes up for me. These two came up, so this one, yeah, this one. Yeah, that's what comes up for me. Self-love isn't selfish, it's selfless. You know, it takes away nothing from self. It costs us nothing to be kind to you. If anything, you gain the most out of being kind to you. I keep looking outside throughout this video. If only y'all could see the view. It is so beautiful. I would just like to say that I see you, I hear you, and I want you to stay connected with your breath. I want you to stay true to yourself. Stay positive. Always know that you control your story. You are the writer of your story. You are the main character. Give yourself all the glory. Highlight every experience. Romanticize every single thing in your life. It's a blessing to be here. I thank you. I thank you so much for being in this space with me today. I appreciate you for clicking on this video. I appreciate you if you're hearing this right now. And if you did, I'd like you to comment this emoji. I'll see you in my next upload. Bye.